day 29, 20, 30 has begun. Follow me on the adventures over. It's so fluffy today. I kind of love it, but also, what's that weird voice thing that just happened? I don't know.
Did marshmallow hot chocolate and whatever the stuff they put on top is like sweet sugar, yummy caramel sugar or something. It's amazing. I'm so excited. Delicious.
Look who has a mirror in her room. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. So this is my mirror. Blah. Basically, this TV is supposed to go up on this wall. So I bought, because, right, the bed is here and the wardrobe is right there. So if I'm sitting on the bed on one side, it would be perfect. But if you're on the other side, you kind of see wardrobe and you'd have to tilt your head, which is fine, but it just means that the TV won't be flat, like it's not gonna be, you won't see it, the screen flat on, so it needs to kind of be like that a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, basically, the bracket that I bought was really heavy, and this wall isn't concrete, and it's not going to be able to support the bracket and the TV, which is hella annoying. So it means I have to send the bracket that I bought for this back and buy a normal bracket that's just so the TV's just going to sit here with just being against the wall. Yeah. But the other TV's got sent up, so whatever. Time to shower. So guys, earlier I did the washing up without gloves on like I usually do, but my hands, I think because of the weather change, they feel so dry. Look, they've got like that pruny stuff and they feel so dry, and I'm just about to put water on them, which is going to make them drier again because I need to take off contacts and wash my face and go to sleep and all of that stuff. So fun times. Hey guys. So I'm just getting my little bit of a massage right now, but I do have a little bit of a story time for you. I was kind of debating whether I should tell you guys about it and what happened this evening, but then I thought, well, we should talk about it because, you know, I've got useful information to share, and also people need to know about these things. So basically, I was waiting for my train at the changeover station, and the train that I wasn't getting on the train that had pulled in, but I was going to get on the train afterwards, so I was waiting for the next train anyway, and the station was so packed and crowded. I'm not even sure what was going on. This is so nice, by the way. But then just before the doors had shut on this really packed, crowded train, this lady stepped off and she looked really upset. And so she got off and she like didn't stand in the crowd. She stood like towards the back of the platform, like a person was standing in between us. But anyway, she looked visually upset, and I don't know, it didn't seem right, and I thought she had a panic attack because there was just so many people. Maybe she couldn't breathe properly, a bit claustrophobic, that kind of stuff. So I went to her and I just asked her, like tapped her and asked her if she was okay, and she said, yeah, I'm fine, it's okay. And I was like, were you just a bit, was it just too many people and stuff like that? Because, you know, that can happen, and I've been in a situation like that before. And myself, I've felt a bit claustrophobic and panic attacky at certain points, but I usually manage to calm myself down just by breathing deep breaths, although it's difficult when you're standing near a bunch of people and people are breathing on you. But anyway, that's not the thing. But she spoke to me. She said that someone had touched her inappropriately, and I was just like mortified for her, and so I was like kind of tearing up a little bit here, and I was like, we have to report it, like you need to report this, because she kept saying to me like, I didn't see who it was, that doesn't matter, you know the station that you got on, you know what train you were on, you know where you got off, you know the point. so like, yeah, and then anyway, so I was like, I grabbed her. Oh, another gentleman did turn around and ask us if she was okay. And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. And I guess like you don't really want male company at that point unless it's someone you really know. And this was a male stranger. He did seem very nice. But you know, it's just like women helping women things. So anyway, I grabbed her hand and I walked her to the nearest train guard. And then he radioed up the control room to say that we were on our way and directed us there. So we went there, and then we spoke to one of the TfL supervisors, and she, you know, she was very helpful, and she took the statement and everything, and we tried to give as much information as we could. I mean, I gave from my perspective, which was I told them, you know, the destination of the train, because it was not the one that I usually get and not one that's usually there, and also obviously the line that it was and stuff like that. So yeah, and then we tried to report it to the police, but the line wasn't ringing. But the lady said that she would contact the police in a different way because they have this text number now, and it was 61016. So if you're ever in a situation like that, you can text them, and then apparently they call you back and take your statement over the phone and stuff like that. So that's really helpful to know. Just like, it was just such a horrible thing. Anyway, like, I'm glad I basically made her report it, and like kind of forced her into it. But you have to report these things, because first of all, you don't want to let that person get away with it, even though you don't know who it was or whatever. And even the supervisor was telling us it does build a portfolio and like a picture of who it could be. And so in the end, they're going to find the guy or whatever. And it's like, it's not even an uncommon thing. Apparently it's like quite a common thing that happens. And it's just so like heartbreaking, because it's like inappropriate touching in a public place is almost like into that area of like raping, because it's like, you know, you don't want to do that. It's sexual harassment basically, and it's just horrible. And it's just anyway, I had texted my family group on WhatsApp, and I was just like, I'm helping a lady, I'm gonna be home a little bit late, and my mum freaked out because she thought I was getting scammed. Basically, there's been a situation in my family where my aunt was asked to help someone, and then it turns out that she got scammed out of a whole bunch of money. Luckily, you know, this wasn't the case. It wasn't me being dragged around. I was, you know, forcing this girl to come with me and to report the crime basically that happened. But yeah, just make sure you like, I just feel like if I hadn't done anything, she wouldn't have reported it, and no one else would have asked her if she was okay and stuff like that. And I just feel like that's not the kind of attitude we should have, especially, you know, with your fellow females. Like, I don't know. It's just really lame. The world is horrible, and it's just try to be a nice influence in the world sometimes. There's good days and bad days, you never know. And I'm just like, you just need to look out for people. And that's the end of my story time, and that was 7 minutes. My gosh. Okay, so on that note, I'd just like to say good night. But first of all, I'd like to say I remembered how to do my Rubik's Cube, which is good for me. However, there was a situation where I didn't quite remember how to do it, which was the very end section, which is highly annoying because it means I kept having to go around until I didn't need to do that last algorithm section. But it's fine, it's all good. And yeah, so everything is fine now. I just need to order a new wall bracket. Well, and then I forgot to say goodnight. So goodnight, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, peace. You know the drill. ASMR time. ASMR. actually really like the colour of it because it's like not clear. You can see how much you're using. The one that goes a little bit foamy when you rub it. So on the Superdrug version it said that this was an exfoliator, which would mean it eats the dead skin cells, which is great. And now we're going in with the Skin Anti-Blemish Pore Refining Lotion. Ooh, low battery. Don't know if that called. Sorry. I'll be quick. And one last thing. I'm taking some Tiger Balm. This is a glass jar. Oh, my hands are slippery. And I'm just getting some on the back of my nail. And I'm going to rub it on my back. Oh, that just went on my hair. Just in between my shoulder blades. And on my neck. It smells so nice. So the Tiger Balm actually has all these things. It's for muscular aches and pains, sprains, rheumatism, and lumbago. It's menthol, some cashew